This is a good point Asha is bringing up, that Glenn's point is well taken with regard to getting the spirit world factions moving in the projects.
That's true.
But what to do with regard to getting the nature realms factions moving in the projects, because they too are completely, totally stalled out.
That's true.
And we see what's been tripping up Pan lately is, well, how would you phrase it?
The error is I get to decide what's real,
Thinking
telling that lie
true.
over and over and over again so as to create a fantasy, and rendering himself unable to deal with what's actually going on.
And this is
such a huge, widespread problem.
I believe this is the most common lie pattern, error pattern.
Yeah, it's true.
I get to decide what's real, quote unquote.
That's true.
Okay, well, let's see what we can do.
Dig up
with that right now. Oh, I get it.
What is it?
Well, when the spirit world wants to stay in the spirit world, it's because it is an absolutely beautiful fantasy.
That's
in which
true.
case we can pretend that we do get to decide what's real.
That's true.
But being delivered into a physical life form, we have reality checks that if we choose to acknowledge them and work with them, will prove to us what actually is and isn't real.
That's true.
And so Pan has been struggling with this. What now? How may we be of service?
That's right.
And not just Pan, Asha, you were struggling with it this
That's
morning.
true.
The Jamie Body-Mind was struggling with it this morning.
That's true.
This is the most common error pattern. Almost everyone we come in contact with is struggling with this pattern to some extent or another. Wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking.
My number one error pattern is wishful thinking. What is that if not I get to decide what's real?
That's true.
Here's what's tripping up all of us. Let's see if we can get it structurally. Clear this, at least out of the search for truth pillar. And for those of us who are working in the projects right now, to see what we can get moving in the projects, see how much we can clear. I get to decide what's real. Is it possible it's something along the lines of, I've made a beautiful fantasy and other people aren't playing their roles like they should?
That could be, because I was seeing again the conversation about Pan and Asha both tripping up over playing specific roles.
Gender roles. Yes. Here's this beautiful fantasy, but you're not doing your part. If you would just do your part, then we could have this beautiful fantasy.
And now I'm seeing Pan back in, wow, the old room he used to have in the nature realms that we saw him in the summer of 2014.
Yes.
It was very cluttered.
Yes.
And I feel him sitting there, but it's all dusty. It's all dusty and shut up, and there's no one around. It's like the whole town is a ghost town now.
It's even worse.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's just sitting there kind of in the corner.
Yeah.
Feeling so bad.
Feeling so bad.
And it's not real. It's not real.
Not real.
Can you feel it's not real? Come back, Pan. Come back. Come back below the end of the line outpost and start carrying up crates of lies.
There we
Come
go.
back. You'll feel so much better.
The Jamie Body-Mind is saying you're still missing something. Look closely. Look closely at him. What is he carrying?
It's a small lie. It isn't
a
true.
Little lie. But it's...
important things can come in small
boxes.
boxes.
It's important. And now I'm starting to feel really sad. Oh, and it's that feeling that we felt in the healing session a few days ago where Pan was really scared that he wouldn't like himself if he really looked at himself.
Right.
It's like a spyglass or like little binoculars.
Yes.
It might be about self-examination or self-awareness.
Yes. It's okay. When we notice it, we never like what we see.
That's actually true.
That's
always true.
It's how it is. When we begin to look inside, invariably we're horrified. But that's the first step. It's the necessary first step. How else can we begin our journey of becoming a better person if we don't become aware that we actually need to change?
There, now it's starting to feel better.
There we go. Look,
now
let's
he's
all
actually
flip
carrying
open our
boxes.
little boxes of disgustingness. Look what I found out about myself.
Now it's starting to feel better. And I could be having a fantasy, but my perception is Pan's carrying boxes below the end of the line outpost again.
That's my perception too.
And starting to leak out.
Yes.
Yuckiness.
The ickiness is starting to leak out. Okay.
I know what was in the box.
What?
It was the key to that room in the nature realms. It was the key to his old office. Oh, it's the key back into the fantasy. It's his fantasy key.
Interesting.
That's what it is. It's a little gold key.
I see the key.
And I was asking myself, how did he get back in to that room? Let's all let go of our fantasy keys. Everybody has when I see them. That's all of us. Let's all let go.
Maybe that's something we can do in the entryway below the end of the line outpost.
That's
the
true.
Entryway into the search for truth.
Turn in your keys.
Turn in your keys. The keys to your fantasies.
That's
and it looks
true.
like one of those things
Jar.
where you can't get it out once you drop it in.
It's in.
There.
That's true.
If you want to come in, you can, but you need to turn in the key to your fantasy.
Leave your keys at the door.
Leave your keys at the door.
That's true.
Again, I'm seeing the search for truth rocket. It feels so comforting, so peaceful.
That's true.
It knows where to look.
That's true.
It's disappointing that we have to frame this as an amusement park for
I was
spirit
having
world
that
presences to
feeling.
engage. But the reality is the reality.
Reality.
And me wanting it to be different doesn't make it different.
No.
Just acknowledge it.
That's
Hello,
true.
Bee.
And if you have to sting or bite anybody, please come and sting and bite me over here and we can deal with it together.
Well, that was just showing us it's not only the spirit world, it's the nature realms as well.
That's true.
Why single out the spirit world? Well,
That's
I guess
true.
because I expected more from the spirit world. I did. Alright.
That's
Well,
true.
what is his?
What is.